Hey everyone, how you doing? Me, Tim. Been talking about. Well, last night watched Slammiversary on pay-per-view, TNA'S event, and sure a lot of you watched it last night, but didn't. Sting was inducted into TNA's first Hall of Fame. Yeah, they've been around for 10 years. Congrats to Sting. But how can he be inducted into their Hall of Fame when he is still an active wrestler? I do not understand that. I really don't. I thought when they induct people, they're retired from wrestling. They're not into wrestling anymore. They don't wrestle anymore. But Sting is an active wrestler. Now, how the heck did he get inducted into TNA's Hall of Fame? Should have been somebody that was in TNA that retired and doesn't wrestle anymore. Now that's what the WWE does with their Hall of Famers. Is they induct them when they're not wrestling anymore. But Sting, he's still an active wrestler, just like last night he wrestled Bobby Roode last night, and I still cannot figure out how the heck can Sting be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I thought it had to have been somebody that isn't wrestling anymore. Like your responsive people about this. Do you think they should have waited until after Sting retired or was all done wrestling to be inducted into their Hall of Fame? That's what I believe. You know, he's still an active wrestler on the roster. I don't know how that could have happened. I really don't. You know, he's still an active wrestler and still wrestling for the TNA and still on their main roster. You know, I thought the way it goes, if you're not a wrestler anymore, you could be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Like your responses, do you think they kind of goofed up and should have waited until he was all done wrestling, then inducted, and had him come there? You know, why didn't they give him a ring last night? They're going to wait for Bound for Glory to do all that. It really doesn't make sense. Really doesn't, man. Really doesn't. But like your opinions, do you think they should have waited until he was all done wrestling, or after he retired from wrestling? That's when they should inducted them. What's your opinion, people? Like your opinion on this. What do you think? Do you think they should have waited until he was all done wrestling or through wrestling to be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Because, you know, he's still an active wrestler. You know, he still does things for TNA. Like your opinions on this. Leave me your responses about this. I think they kind of should have gotten somebody that ain't wrestling anymore, that used to wrestle for them long time ago. But yeah, I really think that's what TNA should have done, on my opinion. What's your opinion, people? Let me know. I'd like to hear your feedbacks on this. So it should have been in somebody else that isn't wrestling anymore, that used to wrestle in TNA 10 years ago. Like your opinion. Let me know about this. Leave your responses at the bottom.